Ready, set, go.
Wow.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Wow.
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 You're just gonna be mean to me.
All right,
You're just gonna be
welcome.
mean to me on a live
Yeah.
stream. What the fuck, dude?
Welcome to the stream where we're mean to Bonk.
No, wait, what? No, what? Huh? What? Oh, wait a minute.
That's April Fools.
You're very mean to me. You know that? You're a very mean man.
That's what people say about me. Warm hugs and very
You know
mean.
what? You're not even a tall, lanky guy. You're just an average height guy.
How would you know? You've never seen me in
That's
person.
what you think. My spiders know all.
Welcome to Tall Lanky Crew gives perfectly good advice.
Perfectly
on
sound
today,
advice
and there
that you should definitely follow.
Perfectly sound,
Unless you're getting courts involved.
perfectly sound and reliable advice.
I'll be.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking at a few different subreddits here. I pulled up r/advice. I pulled up r/am I the asshole. And I pulled up r/dating profile so that we can help people better fine-tune their dating profiles to get with the people.
Oh boy.
Well, as someone in a successful relationship, I have amazing advice.
As someone that is both in a successful relationship and also still on the apps, I think I am the most qualified person to give these takes on. We're gonna start with my boyfriend quit gaming. Now I live with a bored and frustrated guy.
Oh boy. Okay.
My boyfriend, 28, male, same. My boyfriend recently decided to quit gaming after years of being hooked on it. He's been a gamer since he was a teenager, and the decision to quit came after he realized how much time and money he was spending on it, his words. The problem now is that he's always bored and easily frustrated. He sits around the house all day, sighing or getting annoyed at the smallest things. If I suggest we do something together, he either acts uninterested or says it's too much effort. I'm not sure how to deal with this, and it's starting to affect our relationship. Has anyone been through something similar? How can I support him through this? Or is this just a phase he has to get over?
Okay, I already know
So
what we have
first
to do.
off,
I know what to do as well.
okay, good. We all know what to do.
Yes, obviously, you give him a meat-stuffed pumpkin and let him roll it around his enclosure.
What about beating him to death with a small rock?
You
What
have
about
to have
beating
that
him to death
primal
with
Cain
the
instinct
pumpkin?
going on.
Okay, I was gonna suggest that he finds a new distraction, like perhaps heavy drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
heroin would fix the situation.
Yeah, you're not. Well, I don't know about heroin specifically. Something that would like help with the boredom and frustration. Like
LSD.
maybe cocaine for the boredom.
LSD.
Sure. Yes. LSD.
Okay.
You're right.
Now,
Okay.
I would also like to propose another idea.
Okay.
So he said he spent too much time and money, right? So,
Yes.
easy way to fix that is to have a more budget-friendly hobby. Has this person ever introduced him to Warhammer 40K?
Right. Historically a hobby that no one ever has spent too much money on.
Or Magic the
It's
Gathering.
right up there with Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Our brain cells converged on that one. That was a mental high five, is what that was.
Certainly was. Our neurons linked for a second, dapped each other up, and then left.
Yeah, we're like when more than one orange cat shares the brain cell, and we both actually use it at the same time.
Wild.
Let's see what other people have said. TV, working out, going for a walk, hiking, sports, reading? What is this white people shit?
Horrible.
This is for rich
Sometimes-
white people. Those are rich white people hobbies.
Like, also, as like my one point of earnest advice, you can play video games without spending a whole lot of money or time.
Yep.
I've made most of my content on this channel playing short, free games, and I've had a great time.
Or
Like, sure, some of them are a little hit or miss,
hear me out. You have
but
something like Minecraft, right? You can pick up Minecraft whenever. It's not like there's a
Yeah.
story that you have to like remember what you're doing and shit.
yeah,
And like even if you do, there's books. You can literally write yourself a little note and like put it in your inventory for when you're done. But you can
Balatro
do-
is like, what, $13?
Yeah, but like you can do
Or free on Game Pass.
essentially like a bunch of different like Minecraft Nuzlocks where you just like get like a crazy seed and then you have like some sort of silly arbitrary rules that you have to follow.
Or you download a free emulator and get a free mod of Pokemon and do an actual Nuzlocke.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, I feel like we've pretty well solved that problem entirely.
Yeah. With the meat. of pumpkin.
Let's now rotate over to Am I the Asshole? And I think that I found one that's really quite a strong start, which is, am I the asshole for being the literal asshole?
Sounds like a great
Oh.
time.
Janet, do you wanna be the reader for this one?
I would love to. So am I the asshole for being the literal asshole? I'm the literal asshole, the opening at the end of the digestive tract. I'm here to explain my actual physiological purpose. I'm tired of being the punchline of every joke and insult. I'm more than just a swear word. I am a vital part of the human body. My purpose is to control the elimination of waste from the body. I'm a complex muscle that relaxes and tightens to regulate bowel movements. Without me, humans wouldn't be able to properly eliminate waste, leading to some serious health issues. I'm not just a one-way street either. I also play a crucial role in maintaining gut health and preventing infections. And hey, I'm not just a one-way street either. So, I'm not an asshole for thinking everyone should know and appreciate my purpose.
So, definitively, yes, they are the asshole.
Correct. Yes.
There's no getting away
That
from
being
that.
said, they're one of those necessary assholes.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, he
It's
sounds like a little bit of a shitter,
like- Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
though.
But like, you know, when you have
Thanks.
one friend, when you have one friend that you keep around because they're an asshole, so they get shit done.
They're around because they're essential to proper logistic function.
Yes. Like, no one's gonna tell the waiter
Yeah.
that I ordered the wrong meal, except for my asshole friend, and that's why they're around.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have a food captain.
Exactly. You have to have somebody that's willing to go get ketchup because I'm too scared to go ask the nice people to give me ketchup.
But that's a metaphor. That's a figurative asshole. We're talking about the asshole, the royal asshole, if you will.
Yeah, but I love this asshole because they help keep my shit under control. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but I need that. I have ADHD. I can't keep my shit together, but they can.
Yeah. Do we have any advice for the asshole and how it can navigate this tricky situation, this tricky position that they've found themselves in?
I think they need to stop caring about what other people think. I think they just need to tighten up and keep going. Like,
you don't need to care about what other people think. Their heads are so far away from where you are.
yeah,
Like, it's literally not your job to know or care what people think. You're the asshole, not the brain.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure how much like advice we would have. I just really wanted to pull attention to this post because I think it's pretty good.
It is very good.
Moving along to dating profile. Let me find.
Okay, number 1, his name is Kevin. I'm out.
Oh, we're looking at Kevin. Okay, let's take a look at what Kevin's working with here. Introduce yourself. Awkward as hell. My friends would sporadic and just a little odd. Looking for someone to relax with and be comfortable with as myself.
Red flag already. Hate this guy.
I don't think I hate him quite yet, but I do have some
designer.
pointers.
Okay. Number 1, gender, man, red flag.
Yeah. Political views somewhat liberal, red flag. Go whole hog. What are you half-assing it for? I have a passion for thinking over how things work together. Not often important things, but rather things like how dragon ecology works, or how the books I'm reading could be made into D&D campaigns. You know, the bug questions. We all know the bug questions. That answer, I think, is a green flag.
Mm-hmm.
If I need advice, I'm calling my friends back home or colleagues. We may be the same age, but we've all had different experiences.
Number 1.
Beige flag for a... What?
That's a fucking lie, because he's asking for advice on Reddit.
Well, maybe he also maybe he's asked his friends for advice and is all like he's got multiple pools of data to pull influence from. I was gonna say it's a beige flag that he's a guy in his 20s referring to that uses the word colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird vibe, but not necessarily a bad one. An odd habit of mine, I have several notebooks and notes on my phone that all have random ideas for games and tinkering projects. That's not odd. That's just a guy with projects.
Dude, I have an entire one on my phone
list
dedicated specifically to quilts I want to accomplish. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's got a project list, I'm assuming.
Or at least they should.
Moving on. My ideal first date. Picking hobbies we both enjoy, and then a good dinner at a place either we both enjoy or have never been to. I think Knit would allow for some comfort for both parties. Here's the thing about dating is it's fucking terrifying. Even including as a guy. It's just scary in a different way.
Well, I was gonna say
not scary.
I was gonna say like as a guy,
not scary in that
it's almost a little freaky in that like anything you do could be taken the wrong way.
Exactly. Now, we don't have the innate fear of maybe I go on a date and I get murdered. Statistically, not as much of a relevant fear for us.
Yeah, you don't really have to choose between the bear.
Generally not. But because of the toxic masculinity and the way it has pervaded both male and female social circles, it's hard to just kind of be a dude being a dude.
Mm-hmm. Because I definitely know that either there are some ladies that expect the toxic masculinity and then get really bitchy when it's not there.
Yeah, which is it's so backwards.
It is ass backwards. But yeah, I know that it's hard to be confident in yourself, especially when you're going on a dating site and things like that. But it's right now this guy is going, I'm a mirror, I'll be whatever you want me to be. And that's not what we want.
Perhaps. I don't know if I see that necessarily. I think there is... Obviously, we're being a little bit too earnest for what this stream is supposed to be. But while we're in this stream of thought, there's something here.
There's something here.
This guy knows who he is, but I think there is some sort of fear and trembling about how it will be received.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe he likes himself, but he maybe hasn't gotten the best feedback, which is something that I very much relate to.
Yes.
Most unforgettable travel story. I was in Germany and decided it would be a good idea to hike from Füssen to Neuschwanstein Castle in my new lederhosen. All right.
He's trying
Well,
too hard.
Honestly,
I don't know how I don't know how the lederhosen bit doesn't have him swimming in bitches, but okay.
I think he's trying to be a little silly, and I appreciate it. A dream I would like to come true, to be happy and healthy with someone, enjoying our passions and hobbies. He's just a guy that likes doing his little things. As a kid, I had the firm conviction that dragon were real. World hasn't been the same since. Technically, we still have dragons.
They're just the bearded kind.
Like, technically, the bearded and the Komodo varieties.
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily have the winged ones. We don't have verms or wyverns, but we've got dragons. I would describe my appearance like this: nerd who is perpetually ID'd for buying my fruity drinks. Hell yeah, brother.
I love that.
Rock the fuck on. Hell yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, music, alternative, blues, chill out, classical music, country.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Immediate. Nope. Get out of here. Go away.
Listen, all right, here's the thing here's the deal. Here's the thing. There is good country music out there. It's just hard to find. I hope this man is listening to Orville Peck.
Or Coulter Wall.
Or Coulter Wall. Yeah. Listen, like, two amazing Calgarian country artists that we were able to rattle off. Easy listening, electro, folk music, funk, soul, metal, hard rock, pop rock. This man's polyamorous. I love that about him. Favorite TV shows and movies: Delicious in Dungeon.
You know what?
Also,
Arcane.
Arcane.
Know what would get him so many people?
What?
He just needs to put Rougarou in there.
Oh, well. I mean, that's.
No.
If you're trying,
No.
I guess you would have to put Rougarou in as its own genre. You're right.
Yeah. Because, he'd be swimming in bitches if you put Rougarou in there.
Also, clearly, pretty good taste in music in TV and movies.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious in Dungeon, Arcane, and How to Train Your Dragon.
Good shit.
All bangers.
Yeah.
I love lit RPG and high fantasy, progression fantasy, growth both calculated and as a character, really make a book memorable. Oh, and magic. Sure. We love having a fantasy fan. I'm not huge on high fantasy, but I'm not gonna get on anyone's case for being into it. It's an aesthetic. Immediately getting into the real advice. I think this needs to be slightly less legible.
Yes, we need at least 20% more spelling errors.
I think in order for this man to really ground himself in his own self-esteem and security, his profile needs to be even harder to read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take this entire text, change it into hieroglyphs, and then take those hieroglyphs, switch it into binary code, take that binary code and turn that into an audio frequency.
Mm-hmm. And then put it in Wingding.
And then put it in Wingdings. Now, the downside to this is that that's going to be a pretty hefty filter. But the people that get through that filter, they're looking for you as you are, and they're probably going to be his type.
Yeah, like you get the ARG going, the all real girls.
Exactly. If they're willing to go through an entire escape room just to get to know you, you got yourself a winner.
There you go.
Let's file back into advice. I let a bar in my town borrow 2 pieces of my art, and when I went to pick them up, the owner said he didn't know what happened to them and that it's likely they were stolen. I've struggled for years to get my art into local galleries around town, but the financial strain of submission fees has made it almost impossible. So I stupidly let a bar/restaurant owner borrow my art for their wall. This was a little less than a year ago after they saw it on display at a vendor market we hosted on the pavement outside the establishment. The owner really liked my stuff and wanted to put it up, but he didn't want to buy it. I know it was stupid, but I had been drinking that day and was desperate for someone to enjoy my art at the time. God damn, ain't that a... Ooh. Oh, I feel that. Okay. Anyway, fast forward to now, I went to the bar with a few friends the other day and noticed that my art wasn't where it normally was. Saw the owner there and my buddy is good friends with him, so we went up and asked about it. He basically said that he didn't even notice they were gone. When I described the pieces, he essentially said, "Oh yeah, I love those paintings. Yeah, they were probably stolen, I don't know." I told him how important they were to me, and he was unapologetic about the whole affair. When I tried to make a deal with him, he appreciated my gumption to ask, but was uninterested in making it right. Is there anything at all that I can do, or am I screwed and these paintings gone forever? Would love some advice on this. Super worried someone in town snatched and destroyed one or both. For context, I live in a pretty religious town, and one of the paintings was a gay couple. Ah, okay.
Oh no, that's just that is guaranteed stolen and put in one of the very heavily Christian dungeons.
Clearly, yeah. My advice is you gotta keep coming to this restaurant and you just gotta start stealing cutlery, decorations, just little by little strip this place bare.
Yeah, like there's gonna be a point where you are coming in with a hammer and you are like taking a single nail.
Yeah, just one nail, and then obviously you'll have to spend a lot of money to justify just coming to the restaurant. But then what you do is eventually you steal enough of this restaurant that you can open your own restaurant right nearby and steal their business so that you can make back all of the money that you spent on going to this bar in order to steal their shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the parasite maneuver.
And then also when they're like, hey, we feel like something went missing, you're like, oh yeah, it probably got stolen or something.
Yeah, I love that cutlery. I don't know, it was probably stolen.
Aw, man, that spoon was so tism shaped. Sucks it got stolen, dog.
Shoot, dude. That's showbiz.
That's showbiz.
Janet, any pieces of advice from you?
See, I would simply turn the man into a painting.
As in, like, trap the man in a painting?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
like a frozen in carbonite style.
Yeah, I'm thinking Han Solo in carbonite. But then it's got like a clown face on it.
Yeah, you'll have to look into figuring out like the sorcery of it, but chances are some of the ingredients for those spells can be found in the kitchen of the bar, so you could just sneak in the back and take some of those.
Oh, the ingredients for the spell I was thinking was formaldehyde and concrete.
Oh, sure, yeah, that works too.
You know, two of your basic spell ingredients.
Absolutely. Great. I think that's pretty much covered.
Yeah.
Man, it's easy giving advice.
Oh, easy.
Because people have such simple problems.
The kind that can be solved with formaldehyde and concrete.
Am I the asshole for agreeing to end my relationship within a day of my boyfriend mentioning it? Janet, you want to read this one?
Sure. My ex-boyfriend, 30, and I, 27, recently started dating. I'd known him since the last 5 to 6 years, but we were just friends. Even though it was a very short duration, we felt a very strong connection and fell in love immediately when we recently connected again. Everything was sweet and merry, and my boyfriend wanted to sense check with his family about our future together. He belongs from a traditional Indian family. His family's response to us dating wasn't good, and he didn't tell me the details of the conversation. He just told me that things wouldn't work out. We belong from similar communities, but different country. He called me the next day, looking very lost. I looked at him, feeling anxious, breaking this to me, and didn't know what to say. He looked like he had accepted it and didn't want to give it any more try. And so I agreed immediately and told him we can end things between us. I didn't wish to put effort or try to convince someone to put in effort for this relationship. My ex-boyfriend now thinks/blames that the relationship didn't matter to me, and it's pretty easy for me to move ahead. Am I the asshole for not trying to do anything about the situation?
So, first off, no. But what you can do if you want to make it seem like the relationship meant more, and I think this can also play into the role of the parents, is you have to challenge your ex to a duel.
Sword or gun?
Sword. Like classy, like fencing swords.
Cool, that's what I thought. That's what I was hoping for.
Like final scene of Hamlet kind of deal.
Gotcha.
So you challenge the ex-boyfriend to a duel in front of his family. At this point, the ball is then in the boyfriend's court as to whether he wants to entertain this final settling of the score, so that he can now decide, how seriously do I want to take this?
Mm-hmm.
And if he takes it seriously, they duel. One of them does not survive the duel. It's obviously a duel to the death.
Obviously.
I don't think I mentioned that, but yeah, standard procedure. One of them will not live to see the light of day. Either the ex-boyfriend wins and can feel true closure on the relationship, or the boyfriend's parents now have a new daughter and she takes his place.
So as a gay TM, I have unique knowledge on this situation of parents not liking your partner.
Sure.
So speaking from experience, the answer here, obviously, is to sneak, lie, cheat, midnight move them out, and then deal with the consequences after.
Like more cloak and dagger sort of style.
Yeah,
what's the end goal though with all this stealthy work?
Oh no, it's about just going with the relationship anyway, hard denying it when the parents ask, and then next thing you know, you're married and have a condo together.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
then
is the more like fuck the parents approach.
Okay. I am curious as to like how broken up this poster is over the end of this relationship.
I'm having a delightful time listening to this fucking live stream right now.
Great.
Hearing everything that Janet's talking about, because I'm like, yes, that is exactly what we're doing.
I want to hear your thoughts without you straining your voice.
I recommend a great swords. For at least the giant,
great
the giant
swords.
swing sword. Otherwise, hammers are great as well.
Okay. Now that I'm thinking, now I'm wanting to expand the idea of a duel more into like a greatest game situation.
Oh, the deadliest
where
game.
the deadliest game. Yeah,
that shit was good.
Where the ex-boyfriend one morning just wakes up in the woods.
Yeah.
And realizes that he is being hunted by his ex.
Could be fun.
Could spice things up a little bit.
That's how to bring a new flair to your relationship.
Thank you for your 2 cents.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Enjoy the rest of the stream, and everybody in chat, drop
Yeah.
your information in the
Go-
text chat as well.
Go rest your voice. All right, let's pivot again into the next round of dating profiles. Okay, all right, Adam.
All right, Adam.
Okay,
First-
Adam.
First piece of advice for Adam is not look like he's trying to push one out.
Well, also, this is an unfortunate thing about us Zillennials is we don't always know how to look at the camera. This guy's got a little bit of a 1,000-yard stare going.
Yeah, he looks like he had some
Um,
Taco Bell and is regretting it.
And my advice would be that if you're gonna be looking past the camera, you gotta look like you're hiding trauma behind those eyes. Like, this guy looks tired, but he doesn't look entirely damaged by the absolute terrain of his life experience.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna have that far away, distant look in your eye, like, you gotta
look like the homeless man
gotta
on the
be
corner
looking-
by the train station.
you gotta be staring directly into the abyss. And that's going to create an air of mystery and intrigue that people are going to be really drawn into by.
Mm-hmm. Makes you very attractive.
Let's see here. Yeah, just want to meet someone and enjoy life with. Life's too short to stress about stuff. Let's just have some fun and cherish the moments together. I love going out, making new friends and memories. If you share the same love for life, hit me up here or at my Insta. See you soon, beautiful.
Apolitical.
Apolitical.
Because politics don't apply to you specifically, correct? Correct.
Apparently not. Just want to meet someone and enjoy life with. I think we could be more vague about that.
Also, just saying,
I think we can.
there are like lots of hot singles in your area that want you specifically.
Okay, fun cat. So this is actually I'm gonna get into something. This is touching on one of the things that I found very frustrating about being on the apps as someone that is looking for fun casual dates but not a long-term relationship. When you put both in your profile, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because I am assuming that, like everyone else that just puts long-term relationships, does that mean that they're looking for boring, mundane dates?
I would say so.
Like, do you have to clarify that you're looking for dates that are fun and casual? Because when I read that, I read fun and casual dates as you are dating casually, but you're not looking for anything serious. But as soon as I see long-term relationship in there, then I'm like, okay, you're either looking for fun casual dates or you're looking for a long-term relationship. Which the fuck is it?
I think it's more that they're aiming for fun and casual, but if the opportunity arises to make it a serious thing, they might not be opposed to that.
No. You gotta pick a fucking lane, man.
Shit, you right.
Anyway, swipe right if you love life and everything it has to offer, even when sometimes it throws us a curveball. Lol. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's something more. This man looks like he's on the verge of tears. This picture is of a man that is barely holding it together.
This is exactly what I look like after a full shift when it was crazy fucking busy all day, and
Well,
then
clearly
I also
he's-
had to do training.
Well, he clearly is wearing like a bar staff shirt, so he took this picture while like working at a bar.
And hating his goddamn life.
And just feel like, hey, this is me at work. Thought I look cute, might delete later. Also, personally, I do not love life or anything that it has to offer, so I will be swiping left.
Okay.
I am specifically looking for the curve balls. I've been challenging myself to be the best version of myself every day. Work, fashion, fitness, social life, relationships, self-improvement in all areas is a lifestyle.
Okay, calm down, Mr. Corporate Grind.
Also, where is he in this picture?
I believe he was the one taking the picture.
Is it? Oh.
I think it.
That doesn't
I
make
think
any
it's
sense.
maybe like a. Oh, look! I do fun stuff. I'm at a concert.
Look, I'm at. Is
It's
that
definitely
what
not
con-
a picture?
what concert is this?
Definitely not a picture
that Drake?
I pulled off the internet.
Clearly, the artist that they're seeing is the one in the what seems to be a red outfit. I can't tell who that would be, but I want to know so that I can judge accordingly.
Yes, because that's vital information at this point. This man won't tell anything about himself to us except for the fact that he's allergic to responsibility.
This man might be AI generated.
Is
This
that
man
why he looks
might-
like existence is painful?
Maybe that's why he looks like he's really holding in a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, is because he has yet to come to terms with the artificiality of his existence.
Mm-hmm.
This man doesn't know whether he is or not.
Dang.
My advice to Adam: factory reset. Just give it another go. Just try being yourself again. Just give it a second attempt.
Try being yourself, but make it better this time.
Find the tiny little hole in the back of your neck that you can poke a little
Are you
paper
gonna
clip
marbleize him?
into. Yeah, I'm not saying force quit. I'm just saying, clear the data, clear the browser cache, clear history, clean
Turn it off
slate.
and on again.
And then just try again. Okay, back into advice. My mom is cheating on my dad. This sounds like something we're qualified to handle.
Okay, first off, I didn't know Stacy has a Reddit. Get it? Stacy's mom, I'm funny.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. You want to read this one?
Sure. I, 16 male, live with my parents. And I found out about 3 years ago that my mom is cheating on my dad
Whoa.
with one of her colleagues. I firstly found out when
You've known this for 3 years?
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, why are you posting it now?
Fascinating.
I firstly found out when I was
Maybe-
only 13. I found out because this person would often write messages to my mom, too often, and sometimes they would have the heart emoji in them. At first, this made me
Everyone knows Everyone knows what the hearth emoji means.
the hearth emoji. Means they're breaking out the bearskin rug and you're making love in front of that hearth, baby. At first, these made me feel uneasy and disgusted by her, but I soon removed it from my mind with the passing of time. What? I didn't know they sell that as a cleaner.
Who is this?
Can I have some of that?
Who is this 16-year-old man that's using phrases like the passing of time?
But hoping this was just a misunderstanding. Today, while I was behind her, she opened her phone and I saw the contact name, her colleague, and all the chat was filled with hearth emojis and him calling her love, etc. She instantly closed the app, hoping that I hadn't seen those messages. Seeing this today really gave me a hard time talking to her and looking at her in the face, and I've decided I want to confront and talk to somebody about this, since I've never told anyone. This whole situation feels like a nightmare for me, and I still can't believe it. My parents' marriage doesn't look bad from my point of view, so what my mom is doing really unsettled me. Neither I know what to do because I don't want to ruin my parents' marriage by revealing the truth to my dad. Also, I don't feel okay telling my mom this since I think that it would ruin our relationship forever. Since I know her colleague, I thought about anonymously telling him that I know the whole situation and kind of blackmailing him into leaving her alone. Otherwise, I would tell his wife because he has a wife and a kid. This seems like the only good solution to make the cheating stop for now. I feel like that making the cheat stop is only a temporary solution. After all, even if the cheating stopped, it already happened and it's irreversible. If anyone has some advice to give me about this whole situation, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
Here's what you gotta do. You gotta allow this conversation to come up naturally. And that means you gotta manufacture a cry for help. You gotta get into improv comedy.
You have to make your parents come together because they're concerned about you.
Yeah. This is the alternate. This is the alternate version of It Takes Two. The alternate draft where instead of just running away from home, the daughter just gets really into SNL and decides that she wants to take a trip to Second City. You gotta start asking to be dropped off at like drop-in improv jams. You gotta ask for a dropout subscription. You gotta start saying things like yes and, offer, blocking.
You also gotta do a little bit of LARPing.
You gotta do a little bit of LARPing. You need to make this your entire personality so that it becomes noticeable, not just to your mom, not just to your dad, but also the person that your mom is cheating with. Everyone's gotta know about it so that all eyes are on you, and they realize that by putting you in this situation, they are leading you down a dark path that you may never recover from.
Mm-hmm. Like, people like us, we're recovered theater kids, but man, there are some that just they never get over it. God.
I'm not afraid to say it. I'm deep in it. I may never get out.
Well, I'm a recovered theater kid. I still relapse every now and then, but like I've been clean for the most part. I slipped up a little bit.
Good for you.
Month, but it's fine. I just
What happened? You can be vulnerable in this space.
I only went to dinner theater.
Okay. If while we're being vulnerable, I'm actually working as an understudy for a dinner theater show. In fact, it's an immersive dinner theater production.
You're in it, dude.
I'm in it. I don't really know what to do about myself. I'm throwing years away. The worst part is I'm getting paid for it.
That's tough, bro.
Like I am like like my behavior is being encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to do with someone in the arts. It's hard to actually like find ways to practically encourage someone to pursue a career in the arts, because there's a lot of ways that people just naturally get discouraged from pursuing it.
But it's hard to monetize that shit.
Yeah, but people are being encouraging to me. People are saying keep up the effort. People are saying you have a great voice. You should definitely do voiceover. They don't know what the harm that they're causing.
It's a tough hole to dig yourself out of, man.
The delusion is cemented in my brain circuitry, and I think that's what it's gonna take to break up this whole cheating situation.
Yeah, I think so. I think this kid needs to engineer an intervention. Yeah. But then when everyone starts with
But he has to engineer the intervention into a D&D campaign.
Absolutely. And then in the D&D campaign, the mom's character finds out that her character's mom is cheating on her character's dad.
Yeah.
With your adventuring buddy.
Yeah, it's a real the play's the thing kind of situation.
Yeah.
Great.
Come back.
Glad we Yeah. I think we've covered that one.
Covered.
Moving on to Am I the Asshole? Ooh, help. I'm thinking of canceling my wedding that's 5 months away as of 5 hours ago.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole, or am I overreacting? I like having the extra option.
Mm-hmm. Usually it's just a yay nay situation.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I, female 43, am engaged to me fiancé, male 43, have been together a year and a half and have been planning our wedding that is set in 5 months. We have known each other since we were high school. I won't get into much detail as to not give myself away. This is a burner account. But we both experienced something tragic in our previous relationships, which led us together as adults. I absolutely love this man. He is great with my kids, and I adore his adult children. And he makes me happier than I have ever been. So, being in this place of confusion has me so severely torn that I don't know who to trust, my heart or my mind. While we have been planning our wedding, we have also been planning our future together, as all couples do. We've been considering looking into real estate to invest together. We both own our own homes and are looking into purchasing properties together once married. Here's my dilemma. A few nights ago, while talking about some properties we want to consider, he informed me that the first investment would be adding a modular home to his already existing property that he owns to rent out. A property that is set to go to one of his children once he dies. I made the comment, I don't think it's right that the first property home we invest in as a couple is something that won't even go to me in the event of his death. The original plan was to purchase enough properties of equal value to rent out until our deaths, and each of our children would receive one to do as they please, keep or sale. We are using our conjoined finances / credit to make these purchases. At the moment, I make more than he does, and my credit is better, but his property is valued more than mine. When I voiced my concerns with the issue, he got angry and shut down. I will admit I was starting to feel used, and in that moment of frustration, I popped off maybe we should just separate our finances again and do our own thing. This made him more frustrated. The fact he hasn't even tried to discuss this further has me feeling like we aren't on the same page about our future goals and endeavors. And that is making me question whether or not I am overreacting, or if I should cancel or even postpone the wedding until we figure this out. So Reddit, am I the asshole? I'm not even going to cover the am I the asshole question. The answer to sorting this all out, they need to turn this into a competition. The person that manages to design and or buy the coolest house wins.
Like, you find the one that's like wild as shit on Zillow.
Yeah, if you like, we're talking Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends versus Wayside High School or middle school or whatever it was. You know, if these two want to make this work, they got to be willing to put up or whatever the saying is. They gotta ante up. And if they're really wanting to invest in real estate, if that's a thing that they want to do as a couple, they gotta show that they are individually in it to win it, whether it's something that their kids inherit or not. Mm-hmm. They gotta be hiring freaking Swedish architects. They gotta be hiring freaking Swiss interior designers. I don't know if the Swiss are any good at interior design. They gotta make some freaking bangers of a house.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Before they can even
you have to hire Betsy Johnson to do your entire furniture. I'm obsessed with Betsy Johnson.
I don't know. I don't even know who that is, but I agree.
Betsy Johnson is okay. Real quick, Betsy Johnson is a designer, and she's the queen of camp. Okay.
The queen of camp. I'm gonna look up Betsy Johnson. Oh my god.
Look at that the candy that all of our grandmothers gave us. The little strawberry.
Amazing.
And like
amazing.
Got a whole collection with Peeps of like you can see the
I love the telephone one.
She's got a whole collection with Peeps where there is a wallet that has a clear panel that looks like there's Peeps inside. I'm obsessed with Betsy Johnson. So you get her to design your entire house, and you're winning this. Like,
Yeah. And then like whoever's house or property proposal has a higher assessed value, that's the one that they invest in as a couple.
I love it. We're doing like a TLC show out of this. We're doing like wife swap out of this.
Absolutely. It's house swap.
Yeah.
Any other ideas for this real estate couple?
Well, if the whole problem is the inheriting thing, obviously the right choice is to just become immortal, and then you don't have to worry about inheritance.
Yeah, you just buy a castle. You just buy you can buy like Scottish castles for like a dime a dozen these days, last I heard.
Yeah, so like if you're worried about spending money on something that you're not gonna get if he dies, just make sure you don't die. Duh.
There you go. Go find your local Nosferatu, make an unholy pact. Actually, I don't know if making a deal with Nosferatu actually gets you immortality.
Find your local vampire coven.
Find your local vampire, and make that happen. Yeah, worst case scenario, you gotta go down to either Staten Island or New Zealand. Find the respective What We Do in the Shadow gang, and I'm sure they'll be very helpful. Great, covered that. We're getting a lot of shit done here.
We're getting so much shit done here.
Okay, we've not covered a femme presenting dating profile. So let's see what we can do for Lauren.
First off,
Let's
what
see
the shit
here.
is a sugar-free hazelnut brevet?
What is a brevet? Oh, it's a type of latte. All you need to make this creamy foam-filled drink is espresso and half. Ah,
That sounds disgusting. Sorry, that half and half as like 90% of your drink makes my skin crawl because lactose intolerant.
why do people get brev lattes? The extra fat creates more body and brings out the flavor of the espresso in a smoother fashion. The fat also stymies the frothing process, creating an abbreviated latte, thus the name. The cream
What?
provides a natural sweet.
Why are our lattes
So it's an
grammatical?
abbreviated latte. I don't know. It's coffee, people. They're some of the most unnecessarily pretentious motherfuckers on the planet.
Okay, first take that shit off your bio.
And I say that as someone that is slowly turning into a pretentious motherfucker about coffee. It's just a natural effect of living in Vancouver.
Oh yeah, that's just becoming acclimatized.
Yeah. I now have access to really good coffee. So I'm starting to notice the difference. Go crazy for a sugar-free hazelnut brev. I don't know what you think that says about yourself.
It says
I
that
think,
you're worried about sugar, but you don't care about that much fat.
But again, what does that say about you? I'm not saying that says anything in particular, which might be the problem.
No, all I'm saying is that it's a little... It contradicts itself. Why are you worried about sugar but not that much fat?
Pick a lane.
Pick a lane.
All right. She's a project manager. Conservative. All right, Lauren, you're on thin ice here.
Just
Long-term monogamous relationship. Classic. Typical Sunday. Maybe church. Fair enough. Maybe hiking, hanging out with friends, maybe some video gaming. All right, so we got a Christian gamer. All right.
Are we gonna get canceled
There's something
for
there.
being woke gamers?
As well, obviously, that already happened. That already happened when we did the woke gaming list.
Yeah. But is she gonna cancel us for being woke gamers?
Maybe. I don't know. As someone that used to be a Christian gamer, I don't want to pass too much judgment. I'm already passing judgment on the fact that she also considers herself conservative, but she also seems to live in Tennessee, so maybe there's only so much leeway that she can find in that. Something that's non-negotiable for me is Christianity. Okay. All right. It's just very important to me to have someone partnered with me that agrees on the most important thing to me. Okay, we have not found any specifically Christian red flags. She might still be cool as far as Christians in Tennessee go. She might still be chill.
I don't know. All I can think is how
the
much...
chances are not high.
All I can think is how much her brain would squeak if I ran my finger across it because she's so brainwashed.
Oh. Again, I've been there. We got some pictures making her look like a real estate agent. See, it seems as though she at one point made it into the...
I'm not gonna go.
You okay?
No.
Okay, I didn't realize that would hit as hard as it did.
Look, I just spent so much time looking at real estate, okay?
Okay.
We literally closed...
Specifically
We literally closed the sale on Friday.
Yeah.
So it just
specifically the top picture looks...
Yeah, that's the one that got me.
It's the hand on the knee. It's that she's like lounging on the very side edge of the bed with the hand on her knee. It's like clearly posing, but not for herself, but for the room.
Yeah.
Which seems to be like a honeymoon suite.
Yeah.
Judging by the bed. Oh, this is a different app now. Interesting. All right. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm single in my early 30s, live in Brownsville, and enjoy church, hiking, cross-stitch, Magic the Gathering. All right. We're like, it's a green flag. Magic the Gathering. So she's a Christian that enjoys Magic the Gathering. That does say something. She's not the kind of person that's going to rail on people playing Magic the Gathering because there are demon cards. Maybe she doesn't play with the demon cards, but she's at least okay with them being in the same game.
Yeah.
That's something. Video games and tabletop games, as well as D&D, also a beginner. I currently work in marketing, red flag, and I'm also getting my master's degree. I have 9 years in veterinary medicine and love animals. Where are you going into marketing for?
Really?
Interesting. Is there no work in veterinarianism? Been a devout Christian since 2017. Oh, she's a convert. Interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. There's backstory to that. Very fascinating. Okay, more pictures. Okay, we don't get anything else. If we're not going to get anything else, my suggestion would be tell a story just with pictures. Show, don't tell. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to see pictures of the magic decks you're using. Are you using Obscura? Are you a Simic? Are you using the Phyrexians? Are you a freak like that? Are you a freaking sliver user? Are you playing the slivers? Show me your character sheets.
We gotta know what we're working with here. Are you playing a cleric?
Are you playing a necromancer? Are you playing a warlock? Are you playing a stabby rogue? Right? Show me the character sheet is what I'm saying. Show me the video games. I want to see some of the cross-stitch. I don't believe that people are hikers unless they have a picture of them at the top of a mountain in their profile. I don't like hiking. I don't much care for hiking. But personally, hiking is a picture it didn't happen kind of pastime for me.
Yeah, but also it's important to know because I need to know if I need to go walk my partner. It's like if I'm gonna commit to that,
Yeah.
I need to know that I'm getting a husky and not a chihuahua.
Yeah.
I need to know what I'm signing up for when I walk my partner.
Like, are we doing the grouse grind, or are we walking through Fish Creek Park?
Exactly.
That's only going to be relevant to people that have both been in Vancouver and Calgary specifically. Anyway, Lauren, the more I learned about Lauren, the more okay I was feeling about the info she was putting forward. Which was then why I was disappointed when I saw that there wasn't actually a whole lot of extra info. Maybe that's because of the format of the app itself. Like, clearly you're going to see a lot more from Hinge than you are from, I don't know,
I think that's Tinder.
That's Tinder? I don't think that's Tinder anymore. That looks like maybe an older version of Tinder.
That tells you how long it's been since I've been on Tinder.
Also, the purple text implies this might be plenty of fish.
Oh, I know. There's also,
hard to know.
There's also there's a specifically Christian dating app too.
Oh, Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been on that one, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, my advice to Lauren is either all text, no pictures, or show don't tell. We're back on advice. I miss my ex.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah. I miss him, but I know he's never going to change, at least now, right now. Crying face, crying face, crying face, crying face. We hung out the other day, and he kept saying how he misses his person, and I'm his baby, and he took me for granted, and he didn't realize how much he would miss me, and he said how he likes crazy, and I said, how do you like crazy, but would be so annoyed at me for being crazy, lol. And he said, round 2? But I don't know what he meant by that, lol, and I know we're both single, so we don't know loyalty, so I told him how I went out on a date, and we were on FaceTime. He made it obvious, at least to me, that he was texting some girl, and I got mad at him and went off, and he kept saying, why am I mad? Just because he's texting another girl doesn't mean he doesn't miss me. Then when I confronted him about it, he didn't text me back, so I blocked him, and he ended up texting me from my fake number, but only about an April Fool's prank. Crying face, crying face, crying face, smiley face. Any advice?
Throw the whole man away.
Throw the man away. Throw him in a lake.
Like,
Pick the man up. Get in your car. Set him down in the passenger seat. Drive to a lake. Get out of the car. Go to the passenger seat. Open the door. Pick him back up. Carry him to the lake. And then throw him in.
don't forget to fill his pockets with rocks.
I mean, he'll figure that out on his own. I would also say, as a potential distraction to like steer your thinking from your ex, learn how to use punctuation.
Yeah, get a grammar lesson. That'll
Truncate.
occupy some brain space.
Take some classes on truncating your sentences. Organize your thoughts so that you don't have 2 sentences that take up a whole paragraph.
Maybe start journaling.
And I think maybe start journaling. Yeah, if it's gonna be like stream of consciousness, like there's a place for that. Take some writing classes. You know, like get better at a skill.
Have you ever done a thought web?
Do some thought webs. That was such a fascinating experience to read that. As soon as I realized like what I was in for with that reading experience, it took me back to Quest for the Holy Grail. Is really what happened. Yeah, take some writing lessons, throw your man in a lake, and you should be fine.
Yeah. Not necessarily in that order.
Not necessarily in that order. Like, yeah, figure it out for yourself. Okay, a lot of wedding drama.
Oh, dude, I love wedding drama because people get so stupid about weddings. It's my favorite.
Oh shit. Am I the asshole for flashing my mother-in-law after she told me not to breastfeed my baby in my own house?
I
sounds like we got a hero on our hands.
What a power move.
Okay. Janet, you want to read this one?
Sure. I recently had a baby and have been breastfeeding her regularly. My mother-in-law came over on short notice while I was doing chores around the house. She picked some things from our garden and chatted with me and my husband. She sat down and started watching the news on the TV. I ended up watching TV a bit later too, and I was tired. My baby started getting fussy. I pulled down my top to start nursing her. My mother-in-law swung her head to me and gave me a look. She huffed and said, "Really? Around me? I'll just get naked too and have it all hanging out, huh?" And rolled her eyes at me. This isn't the first time she's done something like this. And the last time she made a comment while she was here for the day, I just took my baby into another room. Then my husband brought me a cover, but my baby doesn't like it when I use it. Yeah, I would not love to be having my meal under a blanket either.
I don't like to eat in the dark.
This time I just had enough. I didn't have it all hanging out, and I was doing it pretty discreetly, not facing her. I was tired, and I wasn't really thinking. I just pulled off my top and stood up right in front of her and told her, "I'll feed my baby when I want in my house." She just stared at me and added, "If you don't like it, you can leave." I sat back down and said, "I can't believe this girl," and got up and left. My husband was there, and afterwards I don't have to go that far. He said mother-in-law texted him angrily, but I was just tired in the moment, and all I was thinking about was just feeding my baby. Am I the asshole here? Nope.
Sounds like you didn't go far enough.
Sounds like you did not go far enough, actually. I would have squirted her with a boob.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say just actually get fully nude, but your suggestion is better.
Just take a boob and just squirt her with the milk. Done.
Yeah, and the fact that this is the mother-in-law, like as though she has, like
it's like you.
Did she not?
You of all people are a mother. You should know what boobs are for.
Yeah.
This is what they're made for.
The fact that they're sexualized is just kind of a side thing.
Yeah, and it's mostly a Western thing too. The best piece of advice I could give is just squirt her with a boob.
Yeah, that's probably the best course of action. You're right.
Because it's like,
I'm not gonna try and come up with anything better than that.
Because it's like, okay, what are her two options if you squirt her with a boob?
Yeah.
Never come around again, which sounds like that's a great time. Or she just got boob squirted, man. Like, what do you do about that? Nothing.
What do you do about that? There's no way to recover from that in the moment.
Yeah, it's like
there's no way to like upend that power dynamic.
Yeah,
like the daughter-in-law has the high ground.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do one more dating profile and then we'll call it a night. All right, let's learn about Daniel. Daniel seems to have... So first off, got some nice hair, good glasses. Looks like a man who showers.
Yep.
Always up for an adventure. All right, I'm gonna have thoughts on that in a moment. Whether it's romantic or just trying something new. Big on motorcycles, snowboarding, and living life to the fullest. Let's see where the ride takes us. All right, so he's got a theme to his bio, which good move. It's nice to have a cohesive aesthetic for your dating profile.
Although I will say,
always up for an adventure.
For an adrenaline junkie, he looks very vanilla, but
yeah, I don't know. Like motorcycles and snowboarding are not exactly like high muscle mass hobbies.
No,
like he looks like the kind of person that it's more of a motorbike than a motorcycle. Like when you think motorcycle, I imagine more of like a chopper. He seems like more of a motorbike guy.
Yeah. He seems like a Yamaha guy, not a Harley guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which again,
Which is such
not
a
worse.
Specific read.
Yeah. Looking for a long-term relationship, values kindness, curiosity, and humility. Nice. Good. Works out sometimes. Graduated from high school, but no particular degree. Drinks sometimes. No smoking. Wants kids. Aquarius.
Oof, red flag.
Really?
Yes.
All right. So
My
this seems to be a
mom's gonna
picture. Okay. Yeah, all right. Loves snowboarding, beaches, road trips, dogs, and motorbiking.
Why does it look like he's wearing an adult diaper?
I think it's because this seems to be a post-workout show off the junk discreetly kind of picture. That was the immediate impression that I got. But if you're not getting that vibe, I'll move on.
Oh no, I
Interesting.
get that. That's
What I'd really
probably
like
what
to
he was
find-
trying to do. I'm just saying.
Oh,
it didn't
sure.
work.
But you don't get it. Right. What I'd really like to find is a partner that I can enjoy my hobbies with. All right. Fair
And
enough.
What would those hobbies be, sir?
I believe that would be snowboarding, motorbiking, beaches, road trips, dogs,
Okay.
as far as I can tell. Yeah.
I don't.
He is bilingual, which is a green flag. It's not a big
We
one.
love a bi man.
Absolutely. Hang
I
on.
knew he
I already
was
know
not
everything I
Muhammad.
need to know. Yep. I get fully nervous when I have to call for an appointment for anything. All right, we got a man that doesn't like phone calls. I feel that. I think I need more pictures of the motorbike. I need more information on the motorbike situation.
Also, just
I
saying,
think-
it's really easy to get a picture of you looking hot as hell on a motorbike.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that's
Like you do one of those.
So many people.
Yeah, you're standing like on like freshly rained asphalt next to your bike that's got the kickstand up. You've taken your helmet off and you're holding it like between your arm and your hip.
Yeah, and you're wearing like
Uh,
a tight leather jacket, maybe some tight leather pants. That's always hot.
Or like a full bike suit,
Yeah, again, always hot.
like the full padded suit. Absolutely.
Because you know what's hot?
Um,
AC.
Absolutely. Which is why I was gonna say, if we're really leaning into the fact that he's a biker, I think this dating profile should just be for the bike.
Yes, you're right.
I want to see the specs for the bike. I want all of the pictures to be different angles of the bike. Maybe one or two of them can be pictures of him on the bike.
Ooh.
If we're really feeling spicy.
Oh no, if we're feeling really spicy, you know what we gotta do?
What?
Take a picture with the saddlebags off.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
You can't just do that to me on stream.
No.
You can't
Right.
you can't just awaken me like that.
But it's hot though.
It's so hot. Anyway, turn this entire dating profile into just motorbike content. And you got and the boys will be coming to the yard for your milkshake. And by boys, I mean girls, and by yard, I mean motorbike.
And by milkshake, we mean motorbike.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And with that, I think that's all for tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed spending your April Fool's Day, or chances are if you're watching the edited version of this, your post April Fool's Day, the April Fool's equivalent of Boxing Day. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have your own advice for the people covered in this, let us know in the comments. keep the advice unhelpful without being too malicious. That's the line that we're trying to. That's the comedy line. Is like bad but not mean. You know, that's the sweet spot. If you enjoyed watching, you can click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, you should do that. You should just do that.
And if you didn't,
You just,
and if you didn't like it, be nice.
yeah. If you didn't like it, freaking go about your day. You're dismissed.
Get some taste while you're at it.
And absolutely. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
And a little bit of 20 seconds.
Oh god, the 20 seconds.
The best way to do 20 seconds is to actually stretch those 20 seconds into 20 years. So this is actually going to be 20 years of quiet, close to the mic dialogue.